Good morning. Thanks for joining me, my friend. Today we are going to talk about hot summer tomatoes. Okay, so we're in the corner here. Ritzy Roo, she's I-spying the neighbors. She likes to find the kitty cats. And then she's just going in her little corner over there. She's just a little scavenger, that one. All right, so let's get to the story. So, are you having an issue with a hot summer and your tomatoes aren't real happy with you? Am I alone in that? Listen, we are on, I can't even remember what consecutive day in triple digits here in Central California. I'm actually in a little town called Kingsburg, California, and yeah, the struggle is real. I have some trap crops that are ready, starts that are ready to go in the ground and help with the pest pressure, but it's too bloody hot. They'll just die. So we've got that issue, but today I really want to just talk about my precious tomatoes. Okay, so this year I finally can say that I've grown a full-size tomato. Prior to this summer, cherry tomatoes was about it. Last year was the first time I tried a full-size variety. Prior to that, it was just cherry tomatoes. I love cherry tomatoes, so it was a no-brainer. So anyway, let's take a look at my Rutgers. That's the first one we're going to take a look at. Now, I have one that's fully blushed, but do I pick it or don't I? You can help me with that. Let's go see. Okay, so I hope that I do a decent job with this, and my screen is not working. But this is my Rutgers here. And as you see, this tomato here appears to be blushed. Is it ready? I don't know. I'm not sure what those lines are on my tomatoes. I'm thinking maybe the sun, because they all have those little cracks, it looks like, on the outside. So I think it's heat stress. I really do, but I don't know for sure. Now my long moons, they seem to be doing just fine. I've got several of them, like this one here is just about ready. They seem to be doing well. You saw the other day, I actually had to tie this one up, but using that string method is really, you see this string, and it just wraps around, and then we've got this support as well. So that seems to be doing fairly well. So I can only see from the front. It's so weird, my camera's acting up. Anyway, let's keep moving on. I just want to talk about these tomatoes, so it's so crazy. All right, so here's my Chadwick cherry plant, which is by far my favorite. You see how, okay, so here's my hand, so you can see how big those are, right? And I have harvested a few from this plant, but quite honestly, this is usually really bushy, and it just isn't. And I really, again, I just think it's the heat, guys. I have another Chadwick over on this side. This one, you know, it struggled in the beginning. This was actually the second plant that went in here, so that's why it's so much smaller than the other one. But again, is it just because we got hot so early that I don't see much fruit, and we're just It's just been so bloody hot. I don't know. Okay, so now, let's see. This is a Rutgers as well, so check it out. This one does not seem to have those marks on it like the one in the corner does. It seems beautiful and smooth. This one, I don't know what's going on right there. Something. Maybe it's a double blossom. I don't know. But you see, this Rutgers plant seems to be fine. So I'm not sure what happened on that other one. Maybe it gets more sun there in the corner. It's very possible. Okay, this is my tomato. And again, I mean, this tomato seems to be doing rather well. It's further down the line. I think it may get more shading than on the other end, possibly, but it doesn't make sense. And then here we go, my Rebecca Allen. So Rebecca Allen, while it's got a few little scars on it, they seem to be, look at that hunker. They seem to be doing rather well. I'm excited. This is another tomato right next to it. And then, let's see, another Rebecca Allen. Look at those. Yay! Look at that. So the Rebecca Allen seems to be doing fairly well. I don't know, it's my first year, so I don't have anything to really compare it to. And then this is our Fortunia. So I really think that the Fortunia is going to need shade. I have one fruit on this one over here. You see, it's a pretty good size. I hope you can see that. And this may be the only fruit I get from this plant. And if it is, I'm gonna have to save the seeds, because this is an heirloom. It's like a 40-year heirloom, guys. And so I gotta be able to carry that on. I really want to see if I can take this heirloom and continue to grow it. They say that if you take your seeds in your climate, propagate those seeds, plant again, each year it should get better in terms of growing in your environment. And that's what I'm hoping for, because this is a long tradition heirloom seed. So I'm really hoping, I have one fruit. I'm hoping it blushes. I'm going to take the seeds and try and save as many of those as I can and see how we do next year. I don't know. Okay, let's move on down. We have just a few more. Okay, so now this right here, this is a Di Napoli, and I thought that this was a Roma tomato, and it's not. It's a cherry tomato. But it's, let's see, this is just a single plant. Then we've got a double over here. So this is a larger container over here, and I've got actually two Di Napolis in here. And honestly, I really didn't have anything to compare it with, but boy, that sun is bright. Where's my hat? Let me go stand in the shade. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the Di Napoli, I really don't have anything to compare it to because I didn't grow it last year either. And I went back and did some research and wondered why I thought it was a Roma tomato. Well, it says that it's a Roma type tomato. So it is a cherry tomato, but it's got qualities of Roma. So I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna use those for making sun-dried tomatoes. Velma, where are you, my friend? You told me you'd show me how to do it. So I'm gonna try that. The flavor's good. The skin is a little tough. It's a little thick. So I think maybe that's why my Chadwicks were my besties. And I'm finding that the smaller miniature type varieties tend to have a thicker skin. And I don't really care for the thicker skin. So let's see. The Di Napolis are either going to be sun-dried. I'll use them for that because they are producing well, better than anything else. So they obviously like the heat or where they're at in the garden. Either way, They still taste wonderful, but you have to make sure they're fully ripe. You pick them before they're like that deep red, and yeah, they're not very flavorful at all. They're pretty bitter. So, bitter tart. I don't know, one of those things. Anywho, thanks for hanging out with me today. I really hope that you'll share with me in the comments down below, how is your hot summer with your tomatoes going? Are you seeing any changes in the fruiting? I mean, I know blossoms can drop when it's so hot, and perhaps that's what's happening. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what's going on where you're at. Until next time, peace. Bye now.